Okay, morning everybody, and we are on the move finally. Got hold of one black oil barge here. It's actually asphalt, and we are southbound. Just came out of O'Brien Lock about 15 minutes ago, which is the northernmost lock on the Illinois waterway. We're taking this barge down to Lamont, Illinois, mile 300. I'm going to string 3 of them out. And we are going to go south and turn a boat somewhere between, I don't know, Peoria and Starved Rock, something like that. So, just thought I'd kind of check in with everybody. I remembered to bring the camera this morning, haha, yay me, and we'll film some different parts of this interesting little waterway that I work on. So, talk to you guys here in just a little bit. Okay guys, here we are, a little further on down the way. I'm fixing to make a kind of an interesting turn here. This spot that I'm coming under, these bridges you're seeing straight ahead, called the Cow Pile, and we'll be making quite the sharp little right-hand turn here. That'll take us into what's called Acme Steel Bend. If you were to look down at the bend from the airplane, it looked like a big horseshoe. It's narrow at the bottom and real wide up in the bend itself. And we'll see if I can make this turn on camera. I'll have to with one barge, but you know, it's all negotiable on the river. So I'd just have this run for a few minutes and show you guys how we go about doing this stuff. And I apologize for the vibration. It might fix itself here when I go into post-production sometime soon. We'll see how that all fleshes out in the next little bit. But yeah, basically we'll be going into this turn, not quite sideways. If I had 2 barges, I had 2 barges last night and made this, and my stern was way over at B, out of frame to your left as you're looking at it. That's how I would be making this. Basically have the turnabout made as I'm coming through these bridges. But as I've only got one, I can kind of cheat and shave corners and go like that. For anybody interested, I am the barge is about 16,000 barrels of high sulfur asphalt. Just a little lower, the bridge scared me. For anyone who's never been on a boat going under a bridge, like in a pleasure boat or a ski boat or something, it's kind of a different experience when your wheelhouse is 2 feet underneath the superstructure of a bridge. It tends to be a little more thrilling. Yeah, that's it. It's thrilling. Don't mind the beeping. I have electronics up here that sometimes don't behave like they should. There we go. 3664 Miss Alley, southbound Cow Pile. Southbound Cow Pile, heading down to Acme Steel Bend shortly. Miss Alley. You guys can see the head of the barge is coming around nice. I got plenty of room to do my thing. That steel mill's coming into screen there, coming into view. Oh, I'll be jackstaffing here in just a second. It's that big building there. It's sliding from your right to left. So big steel mill. got on the boat 2.5 weeks ago. Been so blessed warm, it was up in the 90s, and about a week after I got on the boat, we had kind of a big north flow come down from Canada, and man, it cooled off up here, and it's been cool ever since. Makes me wonder if we're going to have kind of an early winter this year. I hope not. We had such a gorgeous winter last year, I don't think it got much below 20 degrees ever. Pretty warm winter, not much snow, not much of nothing. This year, with the water being so low, because the water is low everywhere between basically east of the Rockies, every river system, the upper Mississippi, the lower Mississippi, the Illinois, the Ohio, everybody. Well, I can't vouch for the Ohio, I haven't heard that for gospel, but all the major river systems, the red, the black, everybody is low, dry, just dry. The lower Mississippi right now is the lowest it's been in recorded history. I talked to an acquaintance works for another company, and he's down in Louisiana right now, and I heard something about, he mentioned they had found a Confederate ironclad in the river because the water was so low, and they're scrambling to get it out to preserve it. No one knew it was, they knew it was there, they didn't know where it was, and they found it, and they're going to dig it up, get it out, whatever. So, well, we got the first turn made. Kind of getting lined up here on the next one. I'm going to aim at that Highline tower there in distance. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but that's what I'm going to aim at. It's right, about there. Once we get our way southbound here in the next little while, today sometime, it'll be probably, it's 25 to 7 in the morning now, and we ought to be underway by noon today, heading south. And like I said, we're going to go somewhere between Peoria, Illinois, and Starved Rock Lock in Utica, Illinois. That's where we'll meet our turnboat. He's got 3 empties, I'll have 3 loads. We'll just tie up alongside each other, swap our gear out. He'll get on the loads, I'll get on the empties, and we'll blast off and go the opposite direction we came from. And that's a fairly common occurrence on the river to turn somebody. I mean, they do it with dry cargo, they do it with liquid barges, everyone does it. This boat's not going to get too far away from up here. We have the unique ability for our wheelhouse to duck. It's on a cylinder, a hydraulic cylinder, goes up and down, and we can duck all these little bridges that are up here, so they're not going to get us too awful far away, I don't believe. So, that's okay. We've been up here 6 weeks. I haven't been up here continuously for 6 weeks, but we've been up here 6 weeks, and, a little something different, give these guys a little break from what we've been doing, which is painting our butts off. And I do mean painting. We have been painting fools, trying to beat the weather. It's the 3rd week of August now, and we've got till just about the end of September, and then it's going to be getting to where you're not going to be able to paint. There's too much condensation on the boat. It takes all morning to dry, and then by lunchtime you're ready to paint. And then you can paint for about 5 or 6 hours, or try to, and then you run out of daylight, and do it all over again. So our painting time is just about ended. There, now you can see those Highline towers real well. Oh, goodness. Kind of early in the morning yet, folks. right here to the left, get my finger in there, not screw it up, right there is the corner, for lack of a better word. It's the where I'm going to turn. It's the point. I'll get started around here in just a moment, and make the top side of the turn, and then go back down the other side. We'll do our thing here. I don't apologize for kind of not doing a lot of talking here, folks, just kind of watching what I'm doing, but I thought you might enjoy seeing what we're doing here. Like I said, we'll get this turn made, and maybe turn you back on when we build tow, get heading on south. We'll see how that all fleshes out here in the next little bit. Probably won't be down there till probably be 11 o'clock. Or thereabouts, 10:30, something like that. I am kind of scooting right along at a whopping 5 miles an hour, which doesn't sound very fast until you're sitting in this chair watching the world go by. It's a whole lot different. I've been up here before with the wind howling in South Chicago. I had one empty in front of me, making 11.5 miles an hour just to stay straight in the canal. As soon as I let off, man, we blew right over the wall, sideways. Never even hardly stopped. As soon as I let off, just like she was on rails. Yep, here we go, snapping her right around. Here in a second, coming in from the left, you're going to see a big white, like a silo. It's a cement fabrication plant. It's one of the landmarks we use to know we've got this turn made. Yeah, it's coming in now, just panning from the left side of the frame there. Be jackstaffing it here in just a minute. That's how you know you've made this turn. You can see that. You've got her whipped. Lots of ducks and geese out this morning. A lot of bass fishermen, too. Not sure I understand that, but whatever. This waterway is not the waterway to be fishing in, at least up here. Maybe on down farther, but boy, not around here. I'm not that brave or crazy. Bad boy by the short hair. And our last turn coming up here. I don't know how well you guys can see it. bridge coming into view here after I finish the turn. That's called Arrow Bridge. Doesn't have any lights on it. Bridges are supposed to have lights on it. Red lights on both banks to designate that this is the bank side of the bridge, or the sides, and a green light right down the middle. Well, this bridge doesn't have that. Someone took a can of white spray paint, and they spray painted an arrow right in the middle of the bridge on the low seal. So when you come down at night, you can shine your light on it, and you'll see the arrow and know that's the middle. Usually there's enough ambient light you can kind of get a silhouette of the bridge and kind of guesstimate where middle is, because you really want to I usually favor between the middle and the right-hand side as you're going down, but everyone's a little different. Okay, everybody. Guys walking down the left-hand side of the frame here in a second. It's my tankerman and my deckhand walking a transducer out. We call it a sounder. Basically, it's a big fish finder. Use it to get a reading of the bottom of the river. Like I said, we're going to be going down out of this, what we call the ditch here, and this is a real tightly controlled pool, meaning they don't go up or down too much, so you can always bank on there being plenty of water. Well, like I talked about a minute ago, with the water being down so much, that could change on down the river, so we'd like to know where the water, isn't. That'll tell us where we can put the barges. Okay, everybody, lining up on the Arrow Bridge, and we'll get back with you here in a little bit. Thanks for the ride.